Hi there guys, it's Adam Martin here, and welcome back to another installment of the Now Review. And we're back to take a look at one of the numbered installments in the series, the latest one. We'll be looking at Now That's What I Call Music 117. Yes, we are really pushing that number higher. This is the latest of the numbered installments for now. This is the first numbered release of 2024. We typically get 3 a year, so this is the spring release. And without wasting any time, let's take a look at the cover, because often the numbered series sometimes tend to reflect the season. As you can see, this is very bright, very colourful, as spring is. But this is a very candy themed. You know, you can see giant lollipops there, swirls, candy canes. Now, what do you think? What do you really think inspired this cover?
What is that? It's the unknown.
Obviously, we've all seen the disastrous Willy Wonka experience that happened back in February. And honestly, if this wasn't inspired by that in some way, and this is just some giant coincidence, then, I mean, colour me shocked. I mean, some of the lollipops do look very similar to what you see in those AI-generated images that we use to promote the experience. I certainly hope that the Now team aren't starting to use AI to design their covers. I think that would be a shame. Some people may call them generic, but I like the fact if these are handled by actual artists. But Willy Wonka comparisons aside, I do love how colourful this is. I love the rainbow sort of theming around the Now logo you can see there, like it's swathed in different colours. I love the vibrancy of the whole thing. I think some of the shimmers, like the sun one at the top right, I kind of get that, but some of the shimmers against the water there at the bottom, I think that's a bit unnecessary. It's a bit too much. You can see the pig there. Look how happy that little pig is. He's happy to be there. And I'm glad that now we're sort of reintroducing the pig mascot, even if it's really subtle in these covers. And as you can see at the bottom, it tempts you with some of the artists on here, like Noah Kahan, Teddy Swins, Ariana Grande, Benson Boone, Dua Lipa, etc. We'll get into them in just a sec. A note as always, the numbered releases continue to come in a standard CD jewel case, which is made of plastic as opposed to cardboard. It's a 2-disc release, and it's been this way pretty much ever since Now's been putting these on CD. From the fat box to the slim box, we're always in a jewel case. And I think it's one of the few, if only, releases Now puts out now that are still in a jewel case format, which, you know, is worse for the planet environmentally, but if this is the only line where they do them, we might let it slide. So here is the spine. As you can see, it says Now 117. That is if you can read it amidst all the colours there. But let's flip it on over to the back and take a look at this all-important track list. So you can see it claims it's the best of the best. That seems to be the tagline Now goes with. So let's start with CD1. We have Noah Kahan with Stick Season, which has been literally everywhere the past few months. And I've got to say, I'm not really a fan of it. Probably because it's been overplayed, but there we are. We have Benson Boone with Beautiful Things. Teddy Swims with Lose Control. Ariana Grande with Yes and. Of course, she's made a big splash back with her new album, Eternal Sunshine. Tate McRae with Greedy. Olivia Rodrigo and Get Him Back. I think that's on the Guts album. I love the Guts album. I think just her music in general has really surprised me recently. Miley Cyrus with Used to Be Young. Lewis Capaldi with Strangers. Now, I'm not a Lewis hater. I like his personality, but I do think his songs tend to sound very samey. That's just me, though. Tyler and Water. Doja Cat with Agora Hills. Ella Henderson and Rudimental with Alibi. Zara Larsson and David Guetta with On My Love. Becky Hill and Sonny Fodera with Never Be Alone. Jax Jones, D.O.D. and Ina Wroldson, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, with Won't Forget You. Nathan Dorr with We Ain't Here For Long. Nicki Minaj with Pink Friday Girls. Pink Pantheress feat Central C and Nice to Meet You. Paloma Faith with Bad Woman. Alzi with No California. That's hard to read. That looks like 2 eyes. Georgia Koo with A Little More Lost. Sabrina Carpenter with Feather. Kylie Minogue with Hold On To Now from her album Tension, great album. Pet Shop Boys with Loneliness, the lead single from their upcoming album, which at the time I'm recording this is out in a matter of weeks. Great to see them back on a mainline Now album. And Sophie Ellis Bextor closes off with her hit from 20 years ago, Murder on the Dance Floor, which of course got big again thanks to Saltburn. So that's 24 tracks on CD1 there, pretty jam-packed. Let's kick on over to CD2. We've got Ollie Alexander, formerly of Years and Years, with Dizzy, his entry for Eurovision this year. I don't think it's going to win, but, you know, it's okay. Dua Lipa with Houdini. Jack Harlow with Lovin' On Me. Paul Russell with Lil Boothang. Jennifer Lopez and Can't Get Enough. Eliza Rose and Calvin Harris with Body Movin'. Ray with Worth It, who of course won several accolades at the Brit Awards. The Last Dinner Party with Nothing Matters. Lana Del Rey with Take Me Home Country Roads, I'm assuming that's a cover. Troye Sivan and One of Your Girls. Sia and Kylie Minogue with Dance Alone. Jason Derulo and Michael Bublé, ooh, what a combination, with Spicy Margarita. David Guetta and Kim Petras with When We Were Young, The Logical Song. Is that a cover of the Supertramp song? Nathan Dorr and Baby Rexha with Heart Still Beating. Jazzy and Shooting Star. Jonas Brothers and Bailey Zimmerman with Strong Enough. James Arthur with Bittersweet Love. He seems to keep making hit tunes. He's been around quite a while now. Liam Gallagher and John Squire with Just Another Rainbow. Disturbed with The Sound of Silence, the Cyril remix. Now, didn't this version come out a few years ago? Is this got big on TikTok? Is that why this is here? Nathan Evans with Heather on the Hill. Tom Walker with Head Underwater. Callum Scott with Lighthouse. Pink and All Out of Fight. James Blunt with All the Love That I Ever Needed. Take That with This Life, the lead single from the new album of the same name. And we finish off with Natasha Bedingfield and Unwritten. 26 tracks there. So that's a total of 50. We've hit the 50 mark again. I think Now 111 was the first to do it 2 years back. But wow, 50 tracks across 2 discs. Definitely getting bang for your buck there. Now, before we talk about my thoughts on the track list itself, I just want to open this up, show you what it looks like on the inside. So you can see disc 1 is a candy swirl, very much mimicking what's on the front. It's in shades of pink. I do quite like this. You know, it's very sickly sweet, very much like the candy it's mimicking there. It's striking, it's appealing, I quite like it. CD2 is the same pattern, except it's gone for more of a blue. I've got to say, I don't think this looks as nice. I don't know what exact shade that is, but the one that's more lighter coloured, I think that contrasts not very well with the other shade there. It just makes this look unappealing, at least to my eyes. So disc 1 wins the prize for best disc art there. But yeah, the candy swirl design, it's a nice motif. As you can see there, here is the front cover image without all of the now text on there. And come on, this even more looks like the promotional art that was used for that Willy Wonka experience. Come on, there are some similarities. This could not have been a coincidence. As I said, I just hope it was designed by an actual artist and not generated by AI. I don't know the truth behind that. If anyone does, please let me know. And of course, follow Now Music on all of their socials. Now, normally in the past reviews, I get the booklet out and show you what that is on the inside. It used to have the artist information, where it placed in the charts, all that sort of stuff. They haven't done that for years now, so the booklet sadly just contains the basic like production credits and information. Nothing too exciting if you want to learn some trivia about these songs. That privilege seems reserved to the special editions of the yearbooks, and that alone. So what do I think about this track list? Well, I always hold my hands up. I don't listen to the charts as much as I used to, obviously, growing up in my teens and early 20s, but what I do recognise here is fairly strong. I do think tracks now tend to get a case of overplay a lot more than it ever used to be. Like the opening song, Stick Season, whether or not I was ever going to like that song, the amount it got played, I just grew so sick of it. But even though we've got all these new artists, it's nice to see we have some older artists on here as well. You know, people like Kylie Minogue, the Pet Shop Boys, Sophie Ellis-Bextor, James Blunt, Take That. You know, names that we all recognise that have been around a while, and some of them have had genuine hits again. Some of them, it's old tracks that have shot back into the charts, namely with Sophie and Murder on the Dance Floor there. Always like seeing collaborations as well. I mean, Jason Derulo and Michael Bublé, I haven't heard that song of theirs. I'm very curious to hear that. And you notice now we get a lot more artists appearing twice on a Now album. It used to be quite the rarity back in the day. Yes, there were a few on the first few volumes back in the 80s, but it became more rare and rare. But there's some artists that crop up twice here. You know, just Kylie Minogue is on here twice, just off the top of my head. Nathan Dorr, he pops up more than once as well. So there's a lot of variety, and again, I think it's a mixed bag for me. I think the last few have been mixed bags, because I know for a fact, some of these I know I don't like, but I do like to collect the main numbered series. It seems to be the series that everyone still collects, because of course, that's what we all started with, whether it was in the 80s, the 90s, the noughties, or even the 10s and the 20s. The numbered series reigns supreme overall, even though they only come out 3 times a year. In terms of where you can buy it, I got mine from HMV as ever. It retails for about £11.99, so about 12 quid. It should remain that ballpark figure no matter where you get it from. You can get it from the Now website, although you do have to pay for postage. You might even find it at your local supermarket if they still sell new CDs. I think namely Asda and Morrison's are like the last bastions of that now. So if you've got a big store near there, you might be in luck. But yeah, for me, this is an interesting design. Like, design-wise, love the bright and colourful. Bit too close to Willy Wonka experience for my liking. Tracklist-wise, decent offering, yeah. Some of the songs that hit really hit. But I don't know whether it's me just getting older and not being as in touch with the charts as I used to be. But I just think, I don't know, these releases don't seem as special anymore. And I don't know whether that's because of my familiarity with the tracks, but they just don't seem as grand as they used to be, even like 5-6 years ago. But that just might be me. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Do you think now 117 is a good release? Do you think it stands out from what we've had recently? Are you going to pick it up yourself? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It really helps us out. And subscribe as well. We'd really love to have you aboard. But that just does about do it for this installment of the Now Review. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Adam Martin from AMTV Now, and I'll see you next time for another spin on the turntable.